Okay, how to draw a face. Very easy. Start with the eyes. The eyes should be about equal distance apart. That means if your eye is going to be this big, the other one should be that far apart. And so using that thumb technique, a lot of people tell you you can guesstimate. Does not have to be perfect. Alright, now if you like to draw comic book stuff like me, you're just more concerned with where to place things, you can come back and add details later. The next thing that you need is a nose. I like to connect my nose to my eyes and bring it on down. Sometimes you only have to draw one side of the nose because you can go back and shade the other side. The shadow might be cast on one side and this might just be where the definition is. The bottom of the nose and the nostrils are always important. So you don't always have to mark those yet. A lot of times you can just give a small shape to it. If you want somebody with a pointier nose, you give it a different shape. And the nostrils, you're not always going to be able to see right up them, so you just want to sort of mark the outsides of them and come back to them later. The next step, if you're just moving down, think about where your ears are in relation to your head. If you look at your friend's eyes, your ears are going to be right out next to your eyes. The tops of your ears will be right about here. And you have to look at someone's head to decide how wide it's going to be. Most people's head is about, I would say, an inch wider than where their eyes are placed. And then their ears somewhere near that. And then the lips can often just be a line right down the middle to indicate the mood, obviously. Confused, goofy looking mood here. I'm going to do some big lips, and you can tell because of the middle line is so long. I start with the bottom usually and give it a very general rounded shape if that's the kind of lip I want, or the opposite if I want a thin lip. The top lip can have a space if you want to show the teeth, but for this particular drawing I'm just going to have rounded top lip. And remember, everybody's nose connects with a couple little lines here. Now, I'm only indicating where I can go back and shade now. I've got some lips, a nose, some eyes. You can probably tell that I'm missing a lot of stuff still. I need eyelids, I need eyebrows, lashes, inner ears, all that good stuff. Now, a lot of people have a certain mark to their chin, and this is how you can customize your face. So my basic face is going to be about this big, and when I go to shade it in, I'm going to use some of those techniques that I was talking about before. I think I'll use hatching for this one, which is just, again, single lines next to one another. So I'm redefining the eyes a little bit darker, using my original circular shape. Mark my cheeks. A lot of times you can mark the outside of the mouth. And the ears. And I'm going to use the hatching to show the parts that I want dark. Remember, the space of your hatching dictates the color or the darkness, and the harder you push, the darker your line. and I'll be right back. I'm going to do some finishing touches here. That's the basics. Very quick proportions. Very quick way to do some comic illustrations, some goofy faces. Just some little things to do as you're touching up your final draft. Make sure you go back to really dark spots and thick and thin your lines. I never used to do that, and I think it's a good thing to remember. The thicker your line, the more it pops out at you when you step back from your drawing. A lot of times we have this habit of being 2 inches away from our drawing and not realizing that our audience is not going to be so close when they walk by and view it. So just going back to make some of your original lines that I showed you, those lines of proportion, a little bit thicker and a little bit thinner to give your drawing real interesting after effects will help. So that's that for the quick face. Thank you very much.